Sprinting through the dimly lit alleyways, I could hear the snarls of hellhounds close behind. I used to hunt with the damn things, I thought to myself. Sweat beaded off my brow. My lungs felt like they were on fire, and every muscle ached with fatigue. I didn't know how much longer I could keep up the chase. About a week ago, I walked into the agency like I had 100 times before to complete my last contract. I had been hunting the unnatural for the agency for over 2 decades, and it was finally time for me to retire. I was considered the best of all the bounty hunters among my peers. I was even sought after by other agencies to assist them in particularly dangerous cases. I knew the ins and outs of hunting the things that go bump in the night. All of my years of training had honed me into the perfect weapon for stalking cryptids. Now, I was being hunted by the same people I had once called partners. As it turns out, once you hit retirement, you're considered a loose end by the agency and deemed an enemy of the state by 15 countries. Looking back on my training, I remember what my mentor had told me. If you ever find yourself in a tough spot with a hellhound, always pick right. You could pick left, but I've always had more luck with the right. They can't turn on a dime, so that'll give you a chance to take them out. Aim where their stomachs should be. I couldn't tell how many were behind me, but from the sounds of the ethereal howls, I judged there to be about 4. Thank God it's a small pack, I thought. The alleyway split in 4 directions, and I instinctively took a hard right. I watched as the hounds tried skidding to a halt to change direction. Counting as 3 skidded past, I lunged at the final hound, sinking my blade deep into its abdomen. It howled in agony. The heat from its inside started charring my hands. I pulled the knife swiftly upward and took off down the adjacent alleyway. The 3 other hounds had already changed their course and were in pursuit again. I was frantically looking around for a way to pick one off again, but there weren't any crossroads for me to slip into. I spotted a fire escape about 10 feet off the ground. Fuck it, it's my only shot. Never slowing down, I ran towards the wall, jumping off of it, and grabbed the last 2 rungs of the ladder. Finally, a damn break, I panted, slightly chuckling at the small victory. Dragging myself onto the landing, a sharp whistle squealed through the night. The hounds let out one last howl before running into the darkness. Fuck, fuck, fuck! Don't tell me they sent the huntsman. Just then, a large axe came flying towards me. I quickly rolled out of the way, the axe lodging itself in the brick where my head had just been. A soft tune was being hummed, and the sound of boots clicking on the pavement echoed throughout the alley. Another axe came flying from the dark, barely missing me again. Soon, a tall figure stepped into the soft glow of the moonlight. He was wearing an old leather hat, an old pair of boots with metallic tips on the end, and a long trench coat. I knew exactly what was in that coat. Each side had special pockets made to carry as many axes as possible. This man was basically a walking armory. No one knew exactly how the huntsman got into the agency, but he liked killing cryptids, so no one minded. There were some rumors going around that he was actually a cryptid himself. Sort of a fight fire with fire kind of thing. The only thing that anyone knew, whether he was a cryptid or just some badass man, he was really good at killing things. The huntsman opened his coat and pulled 2 smaller axes from the inside, one in each hand. He started walking closer, still humming. I sprinted up the fire escape, axes flying all around me, barely missing me each time. I reached the top of the fire escape and mantled myself onto the roof. Leaping from rooftop to rooftop, trying to escape my pursuer, I leapt to a small apartment complex. Exhausted and winded, I crumbled. As I hit the concrete, an eerie humming approached me. All I could see were thick, heavy boots with metallic tips on the end, and the tail of a dark trench coat. The humming stopped and I heard another axe being unsheathed. This one had to be heavier than the rest. The sound of metal scraping against the leather was longer than the others had been before. The huntsman let out a slight chuckle, and everything went dark.